Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome to this new Let's Play of Ascendancy. Now, a while ago I had a little poll on my Twitter account regarding which classic 4X Space Empire builder I should play next, and the winner by a single vote was Ascendancy. Granted that was the only vote cast, but hey, it wasn't my vote, so hopefully there's at least one person out there who wants to see this. At any rate, Ascendancy, it is a game published in 1995, I think, first released. Made by the Logic Factory. It is a bit of a quirky little 4X Space Empire builder. In that, well, at least for me, the two selling points for this game was the music, which was rather dreamy and spacey, and the aliens, which are in most cases rather peculiar and yeah, so peculiar they pretty much don't give a damn about evolutionary technology, evolutionary theories. So these aliens are completely bonkers. Most of them probably couldn't even invent fire, much less a spacefaring civilization. And we'll get to that in a moment, but I think I'll just start with the introduction, because I always liked this one. Even though by today's standards, of course, rather primitive, but hey, we'll start with that. And there we go. At any rate, let's see. Let's start with the aliens. And by the way, the game has one huge design flaw. We'll get to that in a moment too. Though I'm sure you can figure it out rather quickly. At any rate, all the species are very different. We have the minions here who are some kind of robotic creatures. We have the Schnaudemones who are, I don't know, some kind of elephant or mammoth creature. Then we have the Orpha, or even rather strange, like magma type aliens of some sort, and it goes on and on. We have the floating swamps there, some brain fungi, I think, some pure fluid beings, some pretty rats, and some beings of pure energy, and so on and so forth, and brain parasites, and yeah, amoebas, eyes on legs, and so on and so forth. These are very strange aliens, most of them, and I can't imagine how they could possibly evolve fire, let alone a full space civilization, as I mentioned before. At any rate, all these species have different unique bonuses, but I think we're going to be playing with the Chamachies, which has a science bonus, which I think is ridiculously overpowered. And I think by now you might have noticed the design flaw. That sound. It is on every possible click, and there are lots of clicks in this game, so that little cling sound is, I believe, a basic Windows alert from 95, so yeah, it's rather annoying. Tonight we're going to be playing with the blue color. We are going to have I don't know. There are only a few victory conditions in this game. Pretty much the all-out conquest one, which basically involves taking all the capitals. Then you have domination, which is to take, I don't know, 50 and some percentage of stars, 80% or something, I think. And then there's finally the diplomatic one, where you can ally everybody. We're gonna have a nice and peaceful atmosphere. We're gonna have 5 species. I think, well, this will just take a long time. So yeah, let's go with the average star cluster. It's still gonna take quite a while, actually, because that's a lot of stars. Generate Chamachies. Peaceful atmosphere, blue player color, 5 species. I could increase the number of species, but I don't think so. I think 5 is gonna be sufficient. And I don't know if we're gonna play a full game. That's up to you, really. Generate, we're gonna play the Chamachies. We are determined researchers. You are the Emperor of the Chamachies. Your hereditary line has ruled from the City of Enlightenment for centuries. Your rule has only been strengthened by the anticipation of the Cataclysm. Your people now stand ready to implement your plans for escape from this star system. The Chamachies love gadgets and technology. They are able to discover major breakthroughs quickly and when under duress. Stress heightens their scientific abilities and amplifies their determination, much like adrenaline heightens physical ability. In the recent past, a huge, highly advanced alien vessel passed through the Chamachies system. The aliens discovered that the star lane entry points in that system had drifted over time into an unstable configuration. They told the Chamachies that they could not predict when the cataclysm would occur, but they were sure that the forces released would destroy the star and the planets orbiting it. The knowledge of this danger sent the Chamachies society into a frenzy of scientific and technological advancement. The Chamachies stress response of heightened mental capability went into full force, and they have gone in a few decades from a pre-technological civilization to a society on the brink of space travel. Now, we won't actually see the cataclysm in the game, by the way. But that's their background story. Okay, so this is the whole galaxy. Nice little 3D map, which was rather fancy back in the day. We are, of course, over there. And we start out, let's see, okay, that's our planet. And our neighboring planet is a dead planet. A really dead planet. Ugh. Absolutely nothing there. Anyway, this is our home world. Oh boy. This is a pretty crappy start, to be honest, because we start with no buildable squares. We'll have to start with transport tubes. That's going to delay us by 10 days to do anything. We do have this, though, which is a alien ruin of sorts. Xenological ruin. Xenoarchaeological ruins. We're going to get to that. At any rate, this is the basic planet view. We're gonna have, all planets have 4 resources. We have the population, and this space on one pops we can currently support. We have prosperity, which indicates how quickly a population will grow. We have industry, which gives us how much we can produce. And then we have research, which we produce absolutely nothing of right now, because we have no research facilities. And this is our home star. There's nothing we can do really. And in the early game, that's going to be the story of the whole darn thing, I think. Come to think of it, star lanes. I don't actually see the star lanes. Why don't I see the star lanes? We have one. Curious. But I don't see it on the main map. Oh. At any rate, there's nothing we can do, so we'll just skip ahead. Now, this game is a bit quirky for a game that's old. It is one of those few games that were basically a DOS game released on a CD-ROM, and those were few as far as I can remember. But on the bright side, that means it's actually fairly easy to get to run. Population will grow very slowly, so we can always build an agri-plot to get the next pop faster. I think we're gonna do that. There's not much we can do anyway. Now, our special ability is, we can immediately discover any discovery we're currently researching. And that is superbly powerful. Doesn't matter how long it's gonna take to research. We'll get it in a single day. Okay, we have 0 free populations. We'll just have to wait for the next free pop, and there we go. Next up, let's see. Next growth is gonna be in 17 days. So in that time, I think we want to build a factory. Onwards. Okay, we finished the factory. We still have 1 extra pop. We're going to spend that building a science lab because we need to start researching. Now, blue squares are better for science. Each of these categories have a square assigned to them. Blues for science, red is for industry, green is for prosperity. Of course, our home world has pretty much only blue squares, which fits to our special ability. I believe that's how it's dictated. Okay, there we go. We have no research capability, but we can research any tech in a single turn. I think xenobiology is the richest one, or most expensive one. So we're gonna do that one, I think. So we can go advance 1 day, and we have xenobiology, which means now we can do the dig, which was my goal anyway. And now we finally have some actual research. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna start with this, I think. Now we need to discover quite a few techs before we can even build spaceships. So it's gonna take a while. Now we could build the xenoarchaeological dig. It doesn't say how much that time that would take. 25 days. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna if pop is gonna be recycled afterwards, but that's gonna give us a free technology, and it could be anything. I think within a certain limit. I think you can only go so far down the tree with those things, but hey, why not? It's a free tech. As long as it's not a tech we're currently researching, it's gonna be fine. We need all these things in order to actually get anywhere. I'm gonna go with interstellar, that thing. See if we can find something expensive. Okay, we finished the dig. That's cool. But I want to see this. Okay. That was rather appropriate, I guess. Chamachies science report is led to the discovery of doom mechanization. Doom mechanization. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is rather far down the list. Are you kidding me? Oh, holy smokes. That's endgame tech. We got endgame tech. We got the disintegrator and the self-destructotron. Oh my goodness. It is endgame tech. I can't get any further down. Well, close to endgame. Actually, no. We would have gotten further down if we'd had more avenues, I think. But anyway, that's quite the weapon. Of course, we don't have the generators to actually power it up, so I don't know how useful it's going to be, but hey. Generate. So we have that going for us. Yeah, right. We also had more pops. More pops, handle them. Let's see. Growth rate, 12 days for this next growth. We are going to need a lot more industry if we're going to go into space. So, one more factory at the very least. 2 free pops. 22 days until next growth. How much would it take to build a shipyard? Way too long, so abandon that idea. We need more industry. Could probably need another agri-plot so we can actually grow, but we still have excess population after this factory has been built, so... Yeah, we got exploration, that's great. Let's go with this thing next. Still 1 free pop, next one is in 12 days. Let's get another agri-plot. 0 free populations, we'll have to wait like 2 days. There we go. Next pop in 25 days. We have a lot more industry now. Shipyard will take... still 80 days. Seriously. Factory would take 10 days. A lab would take 17. Let's go with another lab then, and then another factory once we have the next pop. And after that, we're gonna go into the orbital yard, I suppose. Okay, we got that, so now we have some rather newfangled technology. Yeah, come to think of it, special ability. We are now 4 days away. So I'm gonna start researching this. Yeah, I can't do anything. But now I can use our special ability and get that tech in 1 day. There we go, advanced chemistry, woohoo! Now we have free population. Now we also have that advanced technology thing, which we're gonna build that one. And after that, I think we're gonna go maybe another factory and then into orbit. It's gonna take quite a few days before we are ready to go into space. We need all the techs anyway. Let's see, what are we short of at the moment? Starlane drive, definitely. But at that point, I think we'll have all the components. Great, you have one free population. Next one is in 8 days. In that case, let's smash up another factory. And we have space-time surfing. So now we're getting there. I think we have pretty much all the technologies now. That we need the basic technologies at the very least. However, and we're probably going to get notified about that. Yeah, there we go. All the technologies we need to build our first ship to explore all the stars. Generators, engines, Starlane drives. Yeah, that's fine. Special ability. Yeah, that's fine. Special ability is in 41 days. So I could go with that one, or... I don't remember the exact sequence of things here. But the subatomic scoop is probably the one that's most useful to me, so I'm going to go with that anyway. Even though the other one would... The Fourier missiles were probably better timed. We were still building, right? Yeah, factory, 4 days. Great, we still have one free pop. Next one is grown in 11 days. So either we can go with the shipyard now, 60 days. Or we can... One more factory, that's going to delay us by 3 days of growth, that's okay. We need more production. I mean, ships and stuffs, that's expensive. Okay, now I think we need to go with the shipyard. 48 days, that's acceptable. And in the meantime, the population is going to grow and so on and so forth. There we go, power conversion. The special ability is pretty darn close now. So, what are we going to go for? That's the most expensive tech, 300 and something days. And again, this is why this ability is so freakishly overpowered. Just wait for this to amass, there we go. Another empire would take over 300 days to research it. We researched it in a single day. Of course, now all the techs are rather expensive. Spectral analysis. Next, I suppose. There we go, we have our shipyard. We also have free population. We're gonna smash up another factory. Try to have more industry. Oh yes, okay, find more factories. There we go. Okay, now we're ready to smash up a ship. Smash out a ship. Let's see. Ship design, come on. And the game sort of locks because it has to load the music from the game drive, from the CD-ROM, so occasionally that'll happen. Small snags. At any rate, we're not gonna build all that much of a ship. We're not gonna have any weapons. We're gonna have a iron banger, which is an engine. Power plants, that's fine. We are gonna have a Starlane drive. And then nothing but colonizers. Actually, that would take too long. We're gonna go with the smaller ship, I think. Oh, can't I do that now that I've... Okay. Never mind then. Abandon that. We're gonna build a better ship. Smaller ship. Or are we? Yeah, okay, we say 40 days. This is true. But we'll have much less capability of colonizing. You know what? Nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go with the medium ship after all. It's going to be really expensive to build, but hey. Basic engine. Basic power plant. With the starting drive so we can get somewhere. And we're going to add colonizing units. We basically use one of these per planet we colonize. So we want as many of them as we possibly can. Once we've spent them all, we're going to have to return So there we go. This is gonna be colonizer 1. It takes 73 days. That's a lot of days though, so we might just encounter some aliens before then. Let's see, next special ability is still quite a ways away. Now it's not that far away. Let's see, how far away? 14 days. So either we just start something really expensive, or we wait. That's gonna delay us by 16 days. Yeah. Let's start with this one, which is really expensive, and we're just gonna use our special ability on that. Like now. There we go, molecular explosives, and the game sort of hangs again. Does that whenever it wants to reload the CD. Oh, there's the tech I want, definitely. 800 days, that's gonna be next on the next charge, I guess. Let's go with this, it's relatively timed to our ability. There we go, colonizer 1 is ready, it's gonna leave orbit. So now we have excess population, and we're gonna spend that population on labs, I think, and another factory. And then we'll have to start thinking about building outposts so we can have room for more population. At any rate, we have built our first starship. Time to explore. And we do have 2 star lanes. So why don't they show on the main map? Is it because I'm on the far side of the galaxy? Yes, it is. Okay. That's why. Okay, we're gonna go up there. Red star lanes will take a lot longer to travel through, so they're not really an option early on. More science. Growth in 16 days. We're gonna have to build an outpost next. Okay, we found the Zilker system with 2 planets and 3 star lanes. So, what do we have here? Oh, good lord. Not much. That is so sad. I'm not gonna colonize those, I think. And we're just gonna zoom the ship through. Don't have enough power to get further than that, so... And you need an outpost so it can actually grow. You're running out of space. Now the ship will continue the move order, but it will delay it by a single day, and I don't like delays. Okay, we found the Tønsberg system. I'm gonna say that it says Tønsberg, but to me it's Tønsberg, which is a Norwegian city. There are quite a few references to Norway here in this game. We have the Oslo system, I know, so... I don't know. I suspect there was a Norwegian on the development team or something. Okay. So here we have some options. This one's too small to really consider. These 2 are pretty big. Pretty useful. And this one over here had a special archaeological dig. There we go, we went into orbit. We're going to colonize this planet. And since we want a bit of everything for our colony, we're going to start here. We're the largest non-empire in the galaxy, you don't say. We're going to start with a factory. And you're going to go to this planet next, but we can't do that until next turn. Now, we should be the first alien into space, given that we have the advantage of technology. But it's not a given. Now, the square you land this thing on, the colony base, will dictate what resource or production you'll have from the get-go. But you can easily park it on a dark square, which can't really be used by anything else for a very long time. So I'm going to do that here. You're not going to get any special bonus by doing that, but hey, it is a black square, which is going to be useless for most of the game. So why not? So we'll do that, and I think we're gonna go for that other tech as well. Next turn then. Day 400. Create a colony, and there is a red square up there. So I want the red square. And there's not going to be much room to build anything on this planet, but hey, it did have that Xeno dig. And if we can get something good out of that, it's going to be worth it, I think. Plus we still have 4 colonizing pods left. And, well, we don't know how much longer this is going to last, this army here, before we hit another one of those red star lanes. We shall see. At any rate, I think it's time for the first break of this Let's Play, and we'll see where this game takes us. Thank you for watching.